Welcome to our webinar portal. Today's topic for the webinar is importance of ergonomics in hospitality sector. And our eminent guest speaker is Ms. Paulami Ghosh. She will make us aware about the ergonomics. As long as I know, ergonomics is the process of designing or arranging workplace so that it can be suited our body and we can easily carry out our performance or task. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
Today's session, myself Dr. Paulami Shah, and I'll be taking next 45 minutes of your session, today's session, and that is importance of ergonomics in hospitality sector. So before going to the main slides, first of all, I would like all the participants to be active, and I want the two-way communication from your end. So if you have any questions, you just write down in the chat box. So later on, we will have a discussion on that also. This is just an awareness program. This is just an awareness education. I'm not going much into detail about the ergonomics, but I just want to connect this ergonomics into hospitality sector. So this program is of ergonomics in hospitality sector, not only the ergonomics or not only the hospitality sector. You all are familiar with the hospitality industry since you are from this background. I know this hospitality sector as well as ergonomics. I have done PhD in this topic, and I just want to connect this ergonomics into this hospitality sector. So this is a right platform, I would say, and I would like to thank the Parul University, especially Mr. Satish Jha, the dean of this hospitality management department, for giving me such a good platform for connecting this ergonomics in hospitality sector. Now, not taking much time, let's move on to the main slides. Now, before starting to the main topic, that is ergonomics, just have an icebreaker slide. Can you all see this photograph number 1? Photograph number 2? Just comment on this. Comment on this photograph in one line. In one line. This is how it is connected with our main topic, that is ergonomics. Okay, fine. Over here, can you see the mismatch of the equipment or something mismatch? Okay. Here we will say that no professional can perform without the proper equipment. Do you agree? This is what ergonomics is all about. Worker, and working equipment. It should have a match within it. So today's topic of the session is introduction to ergonomics and force, repetition, and posture in industrial activities. Objectives of the session. Participant will understand the concept of ergonomics and its benefits, recognize the risk factors, signs and symptoms of MSD, that is musculoskeletal disorders, and to know how to protect employees from MSDs and reduce the risk. Now, ergonomics. What is ergonomics? Now, let's start with the today's first topic. The first part of this presentation will cover what ergonomics is and how ergonomics can benefit you on your job. So ergonomics is a fitting the work to the worker. Again, fitting the work to the worker and not the vice versa. It has come from the word ergon has come from a Greek. It is a Greek word that is work and nomai means laws. Again, ergon means work and nomai means laws. So ergonomics is laws of work. It is a law of work or work laws. So it is the study of relationship between people and their working environment. Again, the relationship between the people and their working environment is ergonomics. So here we can say that ergonomics is about making jobs easier and reducing the risk of injury. Again, ergonomics is about making jobs easier and reducing the risk of injury. Do you agree? Basically, in layman language, we can say that ergonomics means to apply a common sense. Just to apply a common sense at work. And ergonomics is all about the design of work. It is a design of work. You have to design your work according to the worker and not the vice versa. So let's see one example, ergonomics at work. See in this picture, in the left side, here you can see the risk of injury is there, heavy lifting. Here, lifting and moving something heavy and awkward by hand. Can you see this worker is lifting a very heavy object? Now, if you apply ergonomics at work, then by applying this, by using a cart to move something instead of lifting by hand, can you see that it has reduced the risk? The cart has reduced the risk. It's a very simple that in left side picture, shoulder and back as well as hands are more affected. Actually, I would say that the entire posture is incorrect, but we will see the posture in the later slides. But over here, heavy lifting is there. But a simple applying a common sense by using a cart, it will reduce this risk. Agreed? So I would say that ergonomics is about making job easier and reducing the risk of injury. Now, just see this picture and can you comment on this? Can you comment on this? It's an ergonomic concern you have to see. Here we can see that this person, this worker has to fit according to the work to perform. Yes, fitting the job to the person to the job, right? So the goal of ergonomics is to create what job, tools, equipment, and workplaces that fit people rather than making people adopt to fit them. See, it is basically to increase the efficiency of the worker. Applying the ergonomic principles, it is just to increase the efficiency of the worker. So let's see the definitions given by various authors. It is a scientific study of human work, designing the job to fit the worker, not forcing the worker to fit the job. Again, designing the job to fit the worker and not forcing the worker to fit the job. Since science that deals with designing and arranging things that people can use them easily and safely. Okay, these are the principles that I guess you are quite familiar with, that you have to work in a neutral posture, then proper posture maintenance is necessary. Reduce excessive force. This we will see in the later slides. Keep everything in reach. This comes under the workstation design. Proper work at proper height. Reduce excessive motions. Minimize fatigue and static load. Minimize pressure points and provide clearance. This you will get in a number of books, but how to apply, when to apply, where to apply, that is more important. And the combination of all the principles. Now let's see the benefits of ergonomics. It's very simple. It will increase the productivity of the worker, efficiency of the worker, and morale of the worker. And it will decrease the injury risk, mistakes, and lost work days. Agreed? These are the main benefits of the ergonomics. By using the ergonomics at work, person will get a efficiency to work and the result will be much better. So here we can say that one might find more energy and can concentrate on their work, also be less tired at the end of the day. This is very important. So one can enjoy life outside of work more. Okay. Now this is very important. Applications of ergonomics. Can anybody tell me how ergonomics or where it can be applied? Well, fourth is the workstation design. As I said, you have to design a workstation according to the worker, work posture, tools, equipment, and furniture design, manual material handling while lifting the heavy objects, lifting, carrying, and work environment. These all should be appropriate or according to the worker and not vice versa. Clear? Now, ergonomics in an industry. See, in any of the industry, not only the hospitality sector, in any industry, a job involves lifting, carrying, pulling, pushing, right? Frequent loads without help from other worker or devices, or requires the worker to perform only one function or movement, working more than 8 hours, working more than 8 hours, working at a quicker pace of work, such as such as faster assembling job or having tight grip when using tools. Now, when these factors, especially if coupled with poor machine design, poor tools, poor workplace design, physical stress on workers' body, again, I'll repeat, when this lifting, carrying, pushing, pulling, working more than 8 hours, working on an assembly job, or working with a very tight grip of the tool, if these things, if this type of job is coupled with this type of these factors, that is the poor machine design, poor tools, poor workplace design, physical stress on the body, then at the end, one will come up with an MSD, that is musculoskeletal disorder. which leads to injury, especially WMSD, that is the work-related musculoskeletal disorder. Clear? Now, what is WMSD? It is a very self-explanatory that it is work-related MSD. So over here we can say that work-related MSDs are injuries and disorders that affect the human body's movement or musculoskeletal system. Injuries and disorders that affect the human body's movement or musculoskeletal system, that is muscles, tendons, ligaments, nerves, discs, blood vessels, etc. These are affected by having a wrong workstation design or working in a wrong posture or not applying ergonomics in day-to-day work. But what causes exactly? What causes MSDs? First is force, second is repetition, and third is awkward posture. Again, force, repetition, and awkward posture. These are the main risk factors of MSDs. Now, can anybody tell me how force is applied, or force or load? I would say force or load at what? How will you define, or how will you take it this I'm applying force during this task or during this task, etc., etc. Is there any specific definition or specific word where you can say that yes, this is where I'm applying a force? Okay. See, when muscle effort increases in response to high force requirements, when you are performing a task, then your muscles will contract, your effort will increase, and it increase, and that will associated with the fatigue, and which leads to MSD. This is a force. Now, what is repetition? Repetition is what a job is considered highly repetitive if the cycle is of 30 seconds or less than. Again, I'll repeat. If you want to take a picture, you just take a picture of the slide. A job is considered highly repetitive if the cycle is of 30 seconds or less than. And what is awkward posture? When joints are worked outside the mid-range repetitively or for sustained period of time without adequate recovery time. That is known as an awkward posture. Now, I would think that how many participants over here are sitting in a right posture? Tell me, just write in the chat box. How many are sitting in the right posture, and though we are attending an ergonomics program? Are we sitting in the right posture? No. No one is sitting, but answer is yes also. Why? Yes, because we have defined our comfort zone. We have defined our comfort zone, and according to that comfort zone, we are sitting right now in the front of screen, and we say that yes, I am in a right posture. Do you agree? We have defined ourselves, but it is not a right posture. Awkward posture. You all are sitting in an awkward posture, but you have defined that as an correct posture or right posture, because in that particular posture you get a comfort zone, and that's what we do in our at work. At work. So awkward posture is what? Outside of the mid-range. Now you yourself see that your posture is in a line of your body, or it is outside of the mid range. Then you will get an answer. But we have already defined our comfort zone. No, I'm comfortable in this chair. I'm comfortable with this bed. I'm comfortable with this bean mat. So that's what we define as a proper posture. But in ergonomics, proper posture is like you have to apply the rule of 90. That is, each and every joint should be in a 90-degree angle, should show a 90-degree angle. This we will cover in the later slides. Now, risk of injury depends on what? See, these are the three risk factors. Now, this depends on what? Now you are clear with the force. What is force? What is repetition? And what is awkward posture? But it depends on force's duration. So, how long, frequency, how often, intensity, how much, or combination of all these three risk factors, or of all the risk factors, combination of all this, that is the duration, frequency, and intensity. So let's see the examples. I hope you are quite clear with this. Now let's see the example of these risk factors. Can you see? I have taken these pictures according to your industry only. These are the risk factors. These workers are having wrong posture or repetitive work. Even the in task number 3, you can see the risk factor is of vibration. Over here, posture is correct, but vibration is there. Vibration, contact stress, and static posture is also are also the risk factors, but the major three risk factors are force, repetition, and awkward posture. But over here, now you can easily identify to where the force is applied, where the repetition is there, and where the awkward posture is there, or the combination of all these three risk factors. So you can see this. First one, awkward posture. You can see the awkward posture and force applied, the load. Task number 6, 7, 8 is just you can see that the object is quite heavy, or means that is boiling water or something is there, and the force is applied. You can see the contraction of the muscles, and it's a very risky task because he has to apply force as well as the shoulder part is quite contracted, and heavy tight grip which we have seen earlier. He has to have a very tight grip to lift this thing. You can see this. This comes under slip, trip, and fall. 9 number and 10 number. Very risky. You can see the hand going in the hot oil in 9 number task. Slip, trip, and fall. These are the accidents. These are the accidents which we see in the industry. You can see over here also in task number 11 and 12. 13, awkward posture. Force is also applied. Just see the position of the person. Repetitive task, load, awkward posture. This constant standing posture. That We can say the static posture is there. Very common for this picture you can see for the front office people, posture and unsteady balance, and this very common. It's very common. 18 number. So now, time to think. Think about the number of ways ergonomic impact our daily life. We just list down one or two in the chat box. Later on, I will see and I'll answer it. You just think. I'll just give you 1 minute only, just 1 minute, and just think about the number of ways how ergonomics impact in our daily life and at work only. At work, just list down, or else you just list down in a notebook. List down. That's it. Fine. Now the question over here is, so now you are clear with the ergonomics, term ergonomics, principles, benefits, risk factors. Now common body parts, this is very important. Common body parts prone to workplace risk. So these are the common body parts you can see that are affected. Do you agree? If you get pain in neck, shoulder, upper back, this is then don't ignore it. Just look into the matter where what went wrong during work and just see, and you can talk with your supervisor that I'm having some such problems, and if it is, then we can say, remember participants, then we can say that it is an occupational health problem. If you find MSD during working hours, then we can consider that thing as an occupational health hazard. Now, what are the symptoms? First is the discomfort, second is the pain, numbness, tingling, burning, swelling, and tightness, loss of flexibility. These are the symptoms of WMSDs. So now let's start with the posture. It is very simple. It's very simple. First is the standing neutral posture, and this is the sitting neutral posture. Standing and sitting. You can see that the entire body is in aligned, is quite aligned. And whenever you want to see your posture, you have to click a photograph from a lateral view, that is the side view. Don't take from the front or back or from the diagonal position. From the lateral, from the side view, then and then only you will come to know that whether your body is in aligned or not. Otherwise, it would be in an awkward posture. So, what is neutral posture? It is a simple opposite of a awkward posture, right? So, this is what over here you can see the 90-90-90 rule, 90 degree. Clear? Plus 5 minus 5 is acceptable. Now, when awkward posture happens, can anybody tell? Awkward posture happens when the work is too low, too high, or too far away. Again, when your work is too low, too high, or too far away, then this awkward posture happens. Are you clear? Okay. Now, manual material handling. What is that? Simple, it's a self-explanatory. But before that, Remember, whenever you lift any object, before lifting an object, if it is not defined, if you are not clear with that object, then remember only one word, that is style. T-I-L-E. That is task, individual, load, and environment. You question yourself that how often or how much twisting or bending is needed in this particular task, and as an individual, male or female, is suitable for this task, or age group or experienced person or not, how heavy or good grip is there, it is also very important. Generally we ignore it, so what we do is that um, we just lift according to our comfort zone. But it is not that. Good coupling, good grip is very important, whether it is bulky, heavier at one end, an environment, hot, cold, uneven floor, windy, with, or stairs, etc., etc. So remember only one word tile whenever you lift any of that object. I would say whether it is known or unknown for you. Clear? So see, this is how you have to lift an object from a ground level. This is the right way. These are the steps for lifting, proper manual lifting, individual, as an individual. Second is common injuries from this are, it's very simple: wrist sprains, back sprains, shoulder pain, upper back pain. These are the common injuries from manual material handling, and important is slip, trip, and fall. And at the end, accident occurs. So now what are the solutions for this? Now are you clear with the ergonomics, postures, manual material handling, with different symptoms, everything? Solution is what? Ergonomics, right? So what is ergonomics again? See, you can see before and after. It's a simple, though it's a cartoon, but it says many things. You have to adjust the work according to the worker. So solution is what? Ergonomics. Let's see. Simple. These are the minor engineering controls. There are three types of controls: engineering, administrative, and using the perfect PPE and work practices. This, if I get chance in future, then I will share more slides on this this controls. But I'm just introducing these two things: proper manual handling, individual, before and after. You can see as an individual. This is the lifting aid. You can take the help of this also. And body lifting. This is very important. Body lifting or team lifting. You can see. And yes, use of PPE for manual handling. Safety boots, protective gloves, helmets, aprons, goggles, mask. Right? Now, take a break. No, not from the this webinar. Take a break means what? Take a break from work. Generally, what we do is continuously we will work. And when the body says, go, okay, take a break, and at that time only we generally take a break. But no, it is not like that. You have, if your work is of computer or sitting on a desk, then I break. 20-20-20. Can anybody tell me what is this 20-20-20? After every 20 minutes, take a pause, take a break of 20 seconds, and this see 20 feet away. That is the 20-20-20. I break. Micro breaks are what it is just you just stand up, move around, and have a different task. Just come out of your desk and, or for example, just you take a phone call or something. It is less than just 2 minutes, and this we don't consider as a break, but this is very important to have a good efficiency in your work. So micro break is this, and this is the rest break. What is that? After every 30 to 60 minutes of your work, just stand up again and move around and do something else. Just have a tea break or coffee break, or you just go and chat with your coworker or take a lap around the office. These are the very important tasks, but we ignore this thing. Generally, what we do is, चलो चलो काम खत्म होना है, कर देना है, so let's work at a stretch only. No, just have a pause in between your work whenever you think, okay, this is the right time to take a break. Just have a eye break, micro break, or rest break. And last is exercise and stretches. These are, I'm showing you this exercise or stretches that can perform at your workstation or home, just about anywhere. These are the exercises. Now, I would request all the participants to do this exercise wherever you are sitting right now. Just perform out of 11 at least 2 3 exercise right now. You will find some good, I would say that the muscles will be stretched and you will feel quite relaxed, and this you can perform at your workplace also. So first is you can see easily that while sitting only, you can stretch hand straight, lock it and stretch. Don't lean, just stretch. And wherever you find a pain, that is not the pain, but you are stretching your stiff muscles. That's why you will find a pain. So you will not consider it as a musculoskeletal disorder, but you are just stretching that muscles which are stiff and which are quite acquainted according to your work only. So just stretch that part. Stretch your shoulders. You will find pain in your shoulder joint, biceps, triceps, near biceps, triceps. If you find pain, then you are doing in a right way. If not, stop. Don't do it. Second is just stand up and just perform this. Back straight, just you have to bend side, left side, count for 8 to 10 seconds. The highlighted one, you can see there only you will find a pain. That is again, I'll tell you, that is the stretching of muscles. You are stretching your stiff muscles. That's why you are getting pain. But if you do regularly, then it's a proven thing that you won't find any of the problem during work. Stretch 15-20 seconds. Just stand up and just perform this thing. And at the end of the session, just share your views, experience. Yes. 3 to 5 seconds. Lock your hands both backside. Simple namaste. Upward, downward. The highlighted area, you will find slight pain. And if you all are doing a right in a right way, then only you will find a pain. Otherwise, you will find pain in another region, body region. This is very important. Ninth one, very important. Tenth and 11th is quite simple. Just shake your hand. That's it. Just you can click a picture of this and you can perform at your workstation or home or wherever you are after every 30 to 60 minutes of your work. These are the stretching exercise. The muscles which are stiff, we will stretch those things. Okay. Last is take home message. What is that? Ergonomics can help you one your job. MSDs can happen in jobs with risk factors. Risk factors can be reduced and WMSDs are prevented. Reporting symptoms early is very important. Yes. Once you find the symptom, it is very important to report at the earliest, and one can help the company by putting ergonomic changes into workplace. So this is a take-home message. That's all from my end. Work safe, stay safe. These are the services which I give to the corporates and the universities. Just click the photograph. While there are different ergonomic trainings, these are the topics for the month of October. If anybody is interested, just contact me for the details. Okay. So once again, I would thank Parul University and especially Mr. Satish Jha, Dean of the Hospitality Department, for giving me such a good platform for connecting the ergonomics in hospitality sector. Thanks from my end.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can you have some examples in relation to our industry, that is for the housekeeping staff or for the healthy service staff, for the risk of injury? Is there any examples?
For the housekeeping staff, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, generally, see, housekeepers lift and carry heavy objects. They generally push heavy carts and vacuums also. They do vacuums. And even they reach high and low to clean the rooms and they do it over and over again. For the housekeepers, repetitive task is very common. Repetitive task. So generally they uh, eventually they end up with the RSI, that is the repetitive strain injuries, because every time they have to
Yes, ma'am.
repeat each and every activity in the same room, and they are the heavy lifters basically, and they are the most riskiest people in the in the hotel, I would say. So there are many different tasks for the housekeepers also. So I would say that it is not the repetitive also. Sometimes they have to design the work according to the uh, different tasks allotted. So what generally they do is that they first complete the heavy task and then they go for the lower task. So They have to balance the heavy and the low. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear. And what about FME services staff? The same question there.
Pardon?
Uh, what about FME services staff? Are
FNE.
there any?
Have to
Yeah.
lift, they have to the same thing, the repetitive task, and they have to lift and they have to carry also the things. And one important thing in your industry is that you have to balance that the entire thing in a very aesthetic view. So generally, what we do is like we just try to lift the tray or the glasses or whatever it is in a
Yes,
very
ma'am.
uh, fine manner, but we don't see that our posture is in a very awkward way, in a very awkward way. So in that case, we have to actually, it is like a practice job. We have to lift according to our capacity only.
Right.
Even we can take the help of a trolley cart also. So the movement will be reduced and the lifting also will be reduced. These are the repetitive and the force or we can say the load bearing things that they generally do.
Thank you, ma'am. You answered my both the questions. Because my
Okay.
second question was application of ergonomics, but you have answered as well. So
Okay.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your outstanding
Actually,
session and presentation.
actually,
And
there are see, in hotel there are four major departments. If I take a session of each department, then I think 3 or 4 hours also will be very less. But I have explained you all the risk factors, so you can apply this risk factors, or you can just have a checklist of your work task, and you just tick mark whether over here it is a force, repetition, or upward posture. You just have a checklist, and you will get the answer. But remember one thing, it is not that once you find the risk factor in that particular task, then also you have to design your work according to the workstation designing, furniture designing, posture, because every time you cannot blame your furniture also and you cannot blame your upward posture. You need to wrong furniture designing also, you have to apply the upward posture to complete that particular task.
just
So
my
the
agree.
job of ergonomics is what first we generally observe from our point of view, all the principles we incorporate, and according to that we design a job and we give the training to that particular worker. And over here, even I'm giving the training to the pre-employment staff also, so that they are quite acquainted before joining the actual duty. Are you getting my point? Sir?
Just my
So this is a very simple thing, ergonomics, but where to apply, when to apply, and how to apply, that is very important. Clear?
just my. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your session and presentations. The slides you showed us gave us a close look at ergonomics, and I personally feel I could not have gained in any other way that you gave us.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Any questions from the participants? Or else you can contact me on the given email address and your mobile number. Yes, sir.
And it is possible to share that slide with the mobile number again.
Good, sir.
The slide which was having mobile number and
Yes.
email ID.
One minute, I'll just do. Just do. Fine? Is that fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. This is for participants. You can note it down, and if you feel to contact ma'am, you can contact. You can have some questions for any part of life. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir.